You're always.
So, what was I saying? Oh,
And that's good for Jewish men.
it's real good. I said to Brian, there's things you can't recapture. What if I said, go tonight? I said, but if it was the budget workshop, guess what? You gotta be here.
What's that? Everybody is down.
Yeah, or the day after. Now, I
No.
No?
No, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
One shirt down here, just drag it in and
So when you get that orientation, 7 to 7. I'm trying to get our administrators their minds back, which will lead to our teachers and to the other. Everybody's on call 24/7, 365 and has to stop. We're burning people.
I just don't know that. That's the other thing. The end is that there's work comes second, school board's gonna be third or fourth.
I said,
You can't be.
there's times I'm getting calls on the low level stuff. I'm in church. My parents' 64th wedding anniversary, we're at a nice dinner, and I'm like, it's like, why are you even there? I shouldn't even be in that conversation.
But we have.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Big holidays, very special. You have to answer every phone, or you know the number of times out and phone. You're killing me. Nobody's spam right. And if you ever get a chance, you should see it really is.
you knew during the last hour.
But it's honestly, thank you.
Yeah, like on the.
And we're not gonna get better as an organization and everything.
Would you like a cookie or something?
If it's something athletic, that's true. If it's something
I did it.
HP, let's handle that issue. Nobody wants us, nobody else wants somebody else to handle their issue.
Okay, so you just opened another question. I was approached by some people about our athletic. Drew's doing a great job. I really I liked him before with whatever, but they said, we do have the athletic website, but people don't, not everybody can do the website or whatever, it's not always. Other school districts use, and I'm not a tech person, Instagram and Twitter to put out daily sports. Is that something to bring to you, or is that something?
I think that's, I think when I said, if it comes to me, it's going to the links, it's going to go to Turner.
But technically, where should I?
You shouldn't go to them, it should all, if it's a board level, it should always go to board leadership.
I wasn't sure if I was considered a board member or just something.
I think it's just a general question, to say, hey, we're looking at it, he has already made some changes to the application.
Yeah.
If you heard me say we're relaunching it, because a lot of what we had on there in the past was not good. And we had stuff on there that we shouldn't have on there, we were cleaning it up.
People were upset with the fact that the board was overnight and there wasn't a lot of notification that was over.
Okay.
So that's what got me to influence the text message. Why do other school districts get it notified, you know, the opening night.
Ready for the other piece?
You would just. Yeah, you don't want to have it. Right.
I'm just gonna, it's just cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll give you an example, like today,
Middle school.
the middle school, 10 a.m. Decisions made, I literally fault the Holiday Park fire truck up Prescott into the building. As we're doing that on the phone. That's what we do. You're talking about like what other athletic departments do. Like, we don't have a term.
Right, we used to have an assistant athletic director.
But I'm saying, like, we don't have an HR person or a PR person. We don't have a lot of other positions. So when people are saying that, as much as people think we're overstaffed, we're understaffed.
Now, see, I will tell you this, I'll get what should have complimented, but you chatted with the gen. When I made the comments about like fights in the school and whatever, and we should be able to do that. I was really seeing Jen's first email come out, and in bold letters it said confidential, you know, which totally understood, but at least as the phone, you know, as the text messages were coming in, and there were no phones.
You talking about this morning? This morning? Oh, yeah.
But my response was, yeah, I'm aware of it, but you'll get more information coming. But at least I didn't have to say,
You didn't
what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Because then we, and that's what I was saying before. So when I saw this,
from there, from close to
it was like 2 minutes later, we got the next
So
meeting.
what would happen is with rustic rigs, I could sit there and give updates. I'm at the command center, but I'm dealing with everything that's going on. It's easy when I have an update or I feel like I have enough new information. Again, please send the following to the board. She said, that kept me working. But that's what I was talking about. At the board orientation, I'm in the middle of this, you know, and I can't, like, when whoever called me at that time, it just got disregarded. You text me, you're not getting it.
Well, you know, that's making enough sense to say, the last thing you want to be doing is talking to me when Rustic Ridge is going.
But I think it needs to be the way we do it here. It's just keep you informed, And some of the things, I think that's the way I've demonstrated with Rustic Ridge and with the incidents. I'm going to keep you all informed, just have to trust me. If I don't have information, it's hard for me to give you information. So
I told Jen, I said, 30 whole blocks smell like that. Since I mean, that sewer issue up there, they came in the 1 year, they got out to the parking lot, they tried to fix it, and just worked. What?
I mean, my director, excuse me.
One of the what? Coffee.
Oh, the tea.
Oh, yeah, they no, what they did.
How did you get it out?
So it's under the firehouse.
No, it's pressure wash. Oh, and it was like.
Things.
Because when it hits, like in the summer, smell, we used to move the we used to move the nurses station, which years ago was out by the cafeteria, all the way back to the teachers, and I actually took over the teachers' lounge, because we had to get the nurse out of there, it smelled so
They
bad.
actually put some sort of, there was a crack, they did something.
Thank you, sir.
At the Christmas, at the Christmas,
We were there for the meeting.
so my thing I think policy should be written like, gives community 2 times the response of what we're thinking. So transparency, is what I've been talking about all week. But you're going to see this December agenda, I'm requesting. Because
It's the one I'm counting.
I will tell you this, no, do I have to be honest? Yes. But I didn't get out and about because everybody up on YouTube, when it was in Harrisburg, they said there's one conference, that's it. And then I look at the school districts that we want to compare ourselves to. They go to that conference every year because they bring stuff back. That's
Just
just
don't bring back California fake gates. I'm gonna have serious, I'm gonna have issues, I'm gonna have serious.
See, the thing is that, you know, I want to continue to grow in this position and not say, well, okay, I'm in this new role, I have all the answers. I need to get out and bring it back.
Well, you get stale, you need to get some new ideas from the outside.
I've always been brought that way.
It's not that the old way doesn't work. It's not that the old way doesn't work, but you can't just maintain the old way.
So here's this part of the drive of going there is the sort of networking and I'll give you an example. When I was in Pittsburgh, the president of Hasbro gave us a very detailed budget report on Plum for the last 5 years because I attended that meeting. I gave it to Ron, he said, this is great. Like, it's a great application. I never let up all these applications in the district. And there's an application called catch-all or catch-on or something. But anyway, it analyzes all your applications, the ones that you're paying for, the ones that are not approved. It tells you that you're spending $30,000 on this, and 3 people are using it. We're going to stay. I would never learn that unless I start. And I keep bringing stuff back. So, the one item I really am damn glad that's on this bucket list is to join the League of Independent Schools, Digital Promise. I have to be in my position 1 year for us to join it, and I have to. And it opens up a tremendous amount of money to come here. Like a lot of alternative funding, once we become members, it opens up huge grants. Now, do I have to do a lot of work in order for it to happen? I'm willing to do it. But it also requires me to go to digital promise, you know? But that's the things you have to do.
It's a lot.
I know. That's my
Positive changes.
My goal is just the best interest of this district.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, it does.
But I gotta tell you, I'm blown away with, just the whole Christmas at Plum, the whole, that was. We need the buses.
She was this year. No, I said, no, because my parents is friends. She didn't know. She said, if you were a driver, I would just share it.
The only concern I heard was, and I validated it because I said in hindsight, we will do better next year, is the jazz band concert here. Fine Arts Department made a decision that they wanted to move it. One seniors couldn't access, so I worked with Landy Conley with the ones that reached out to me on parking passes, and I also have transportation on high school, so anybody called, it was shuttle at the high school. There was one person, and I actually said, I agree with you, and in hindsight, we had the best intentions, but we fell short of meeting our goals. And I really appreciate your feedback. It will make us better, and I truly believe that. How we're going to set it up next year is maintain what we do on a different night, that's all. And then still have our kids go and participate. This is the first that we were back engaged. Like, They needed floor coverings for the kids. And Lynn was in a bind in the borough. And I think I took the care of it too. I said, you do not. Why are we, they help us out all the time. Why can't we return favor? The bus is that. You know, we do veterans day. Open house for the veterans. We had maybe 20, I went 200 next year. I went open up to all of them. You know, and I would the veterans, how emotional they were at the ceremony, and I loved they met with our cadets. Like, it was, like, that's what school is about. You got all your stuff, Dr. Anderson? Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I just need that and then I have my.
So it's the goal to have all board meetings around this 15-minute
That would be perfect.
reorganization meeting. This is going to make up for the 19th. Just how it
Yeah.
It's going to be a long night. Look at the agenda. Oh, I was like, oh, yeah. You say me? Just me or Lindsay?
I don't want to put our kids on for the I'll talk to Mr. Horton, so we
I'm sure
That's strong.
Gary's here. He's surprised, that's surprised. I tried. Steve.
Saving aggravation.
especially with teenagers. It's better.
Just move things out of the. Here's what we did. This is what I saw. This is what
Alex. Alex. TV, that bag's as big as you. I'm working. Oh, where will you get one of these pictures? Excuse me.
Pull the wrong thing.
I'll share Bob, how do you deal with the clean air guy, please?
What's up?
Deal with the clean air guy.
Clean air. Is this one like any county air quality? So I got air
They go back to
I know before I got here.
I like the top, I like the shirt.
Where do you want me now? Back here? So nice to see you out of retirement. Oh, you my dear. I'm standing here. Oh,
So I know we are required to have those 6 months sent to them by January 1st. And then after January 1st, I am responsible to send them another report. That's how it's supposed to be.
Come with you.
I'll sit back here, yes? Okay.
How are you? No, I'm just looking at your organization. Yeah, you get one.
I'm good.
Hi. Oh, so excited you're here. This will be the last
How's it going, madam?
Good.
School's going well?
Yeah.
You haven't gotten senioritis yet?
Still holding. Maybe.
See, I left at the end of 11th, so I never experienced senioritis. Yeah. My parents we were moving back to Israel, so I didn't want to do 12th grade. So I applied to college, got in. So I actually started college instead of 12th grade. But if there was one thing I missed, it was the fact of just being able to fly through 12th Now, you accepted where you want to be after? Yeah. Okay, so then, as long as you get to the diploma, you're... That's all. No need to break a sweat.
It's nice to all my classes are like, keep this up, like, keep it up.
It's cool, I actually my schedule next year. I don't like English, but they want me to take civil engineering English. And I was like, she said, what's your opinion? I was kind of felt good that she asked me. So I was explaining to her because Michelle, my oldest, did this, but she took regular. She said to me, Dad, I'll get an A in regular English, or I'll get a B in advanced. But I could say, you know, she already knew in 9th grade that she was going to be a math teacher. So she said, I'll spend more time and get more advanced. And that's what she did. And Tues, which is very
Not so rare.
But yeah, Michelle was locked in 9th grade. Michelle was literally, she just said, I wish I didn't have to go to school and just married Miller. Miss Miller, Andrea Miller. She's no, she's here at the high school. She's an English teacher here at the high school. I can't think of her. Short, brown hair. Her sister. I had her sister. What else? No, well, her hair's like shoulder length, but she had height and short. I'm pretty sure she's an English teacher. Her name was Miller. Her name was Miller. Because I had her sister.
Thank you.
And her sister in 8th grade talked about wanting to be a veterinarian, and all the way through. I would run into her off and she'd be like, still going to be a veterinarian. Yeah. From 8th grade on, she was on. I know if I saw a picture. I know it's English, but you have a lot of English. We have so many English. First name's Andrew. Or was that?
Yeah.
This is the only meeting that I'm going to be at your I would have figured that.
Your kids probably like this. Of course, sure. Everybody's mic is turned down.
We both have the same responsibility.
Yeah, roll call and that's it. Okay. I just wanted to know because it should be.
You're allowed to laugh.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the reorganization meeting to order. If we could all rise and say a pledge of allegiance to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now be taking a roll call for the holdover members of the board. Mr. Adams.
Here.
Dr. Anderson.
Here.
Ms. Chudderwitz.
Here.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Here.
And our student representative, Ms. Scullard.
Here.
So the purpose of this annual meeting is a reorganization meeting. It is officially organizing the board for the coming year by electing a permanent president and vice president. The first order of business is to elect from the holdover members, by the holdover members, a president pro tempore, which is a temporary president, to chair the organization meeting. If from the 4 holdover members, may I please have nominations for temporary president?
I nominate Ron Sokolsky.
I nominate Dr. Anderson.
Do we have any other nominations at this time? Okay, I'm going to close nominations, and with a roll call vote, I am going to ask that you please state who you would like to take the temporary president position. Mr. Adams.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Chedorowitz.
Ron Sokolsky.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Ron Skolsky.
Being that we have a stalemate at 2-2, we are to do a re-vote a second time. Mr. Adams.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Megan Chedorowitz.
Ron Sokolsky.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Ron Skolsky.
Okay, at this time, I am going to reiterate the purpose of this meeting is to elect the president and vice president and welcome the 5 members of the board with an oath of office. The purpose of the temporary president is to follow the agenda as it has been provided to the public in advance and accept nominations for the president. I ask at this time that we conduct the vote one more time, and if we are at a stalemate again, I will be turning the meeting over to our solicitor, Dane Dice. Mr. Adams.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Chedorowitz.
Ron Sokolsky.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Ron Skolsky.
Mr. Dice, if you would like to proceed with the agenda as follows.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Macro. So one thing that I want to reiterate to everyone right now is that absolutely the only thing that the President Pro Temp can do are the items on this agenda. If you look, there are, 4 items for the President Pro Temp to take care of before the election of the President, who would then chair the meeting. I just want to reiterate to everyone, regardless of who is the President or Pro Temp, the only thing they will do is hold the gavel for maybe 15 minutes and take care of the items on the agenda. If someone wanted to try to bring something else up or make some other motion, the district wouldn't be allowed to take any action on that because it's not on the agenda and it would be a sunshine law violation. So with that being said, I'm now going to ask Ms. Macro as the board secretary to conduct the vote for a 4th time. And I would just ask someone change simply so that we can have the agenda items taken care of and get a new president elected who will then chair the meeting. So Ms. Macro, please.
Mr. Adams.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Chedorowitz.
Ron Sokolsky.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Ron Skolsky.
One thing I'll note is that there's nothing in the school code that says we have to wait to swear in the new board members. We talked about this earlier, and if the tie continues, I guess the only thing we can do is ask Judge Linda Zucco to come up here, swear in the new board members, who will then be full-fledged board members, and then able to act in this President Pro Temp election. That's odd. I've never had to do that before, but it is permissible under the school code. So I'd ask again, Ms. Macro, that you take a vote. We try to handle this as informally as possible. Just proceed with the agenda in order. But if there's another tie, I am going to ask the judge to come up, swear in the new board members, and then we will do this again. So Ms. Macro, please.
Mr. Adams.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Chudowitz.
Ron Skolsky.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Ron Skolsky.
Okay, at this time, I would ask that we proceed with item 3, where the Honorable Linda Zuko will administer the oath of office to board members for their new terms. So I'm sorry, Judge, I'm in it too.
Yeah, let's get going, I got stuff to do. I'm old.
So at this time, I am going to read the certificate of election from each of our elected and re-elected members. When I read your certificate, please come to the front facing the podium, and then Judge Zuko will initiate your oath of office as a group. So we'll have you stand and wait until all 5 of the certificates have been read. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, County of Allegheny, County, we the undersigned, constituting the return board of the County of Allegheny, do hereby certify that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Lindsay Arendt was duly elected to the office of school director in Plum in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, witness on hand and seal on this 27th day of November 2023. Ms. Arendt, if you would please step to the front. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, County of Allegheny, we the undersigned constituting the return board of the County of Allegheny do hereby certify that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Michael Caligiuri was duly elected to the office of school director in Plum in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Witness our hands and seals on this 27th day of November 2023. Mr. Caligiuri, if you would step forward, please. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, County of Allegheny, we the undersigned, constituting the return board of the County of Allegheny, do hereby certify at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Renee M. Richardson was duly elected to the office of school director in Plum in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Witness our hands and seal on this 27th day of November 2023. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, County of Allegheny, we the undersigned, constituting the return board of the County of Allegheny, do hereby certify that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Michelle Stepnick was duly elected to the office of school director in Plum in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Witness our hands and seals on this 27th day of November 2023. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, County of Allegheny, we the undersigned, constituting the return board of the County of Allegheny, do hereby certify that at the election held on the 7th day of November 2023, Mark Strachey was duly elected to the office of school director in Plum in the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Witness our hands and seals on this 27th day of November 2023. And I turn it over to Judge Zuko.
Thank you for inviting me. This may be my last possibly official act, unless somebody wants to get married. Or renew your vows. I apologize for the robe. It's pretty raggy of 30 years of work, but I like to think it's kind of like me, raggy but still serves. Anyway, honored to perform this swearing in today, and I've said this before that I think your jobs are most important. There are. So, is anyone going to affirm? Do you all swear? Objection to swearing? Well, you're going to ask. Raise your right hands. And you're going to insert your own name. We're going to say this together, okay? I do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. I brought you something from my vast Plum collection. I know. If you don't want this, don't tell me, because I'm still sitting in courts and I can, Anyway, so I'll let you choose. I've had these, and if any of you have collections, you know what happens. It became a monster. And so I'm going to share this with you, and you can put this on your desk or on your wall and come and choose. I didn't bring the wine glasses, thought maybe that would be inappropriate. Or not, yeah, right. Okay, so come on over here, kids. This is from your office. This is from my office. And I don't have an office anymore, so they're mugs. This is a candle, thank you. I gave you items. I have one, I guess I do. Put pencils in or something. So there you go. You're welcome. There you go. What do you think of that? You guys take one? You want mine? Take it. Oh, you can. Thank you so much. My pleasure, my dear. Okay.
Yes, our deepest gratitude for Judge Zuko for coming out and joining us this evening. If our 5 newly sworn-in members would like to come and grab their nameplate and take a seat at the table, please.
How are you?
How are you, dear?
You never got a souvenir, did you?
No, we had it done. Megan and I had it done. Thank you.
Okay, everyone at the table should have a printed out copy of the agenda as well as the membership list. This list of membership is a list of all the qualified legally elected members of the Board of School Directors for the year now beginning. Does anyone see any errors or inaccuracies in the list?
That's okay.
It is attached to the back of the agenda. Does anyone desire that the list be read aloud?
No, I gotta witness it.
Okay, if not, we will continue then with the pro temp elections from the full Board of 9.
Still on that, aren't we?
Yep.
Are
No.
we done? Or
Yes,
not?
Your Honor.
Unless you want to say that. Want me to rain
Want to get
anybody?
in the vote?
Well, hang out. Okay. What is? This is mine, okay.
I know. And I almost brought one, but that's okay.
I'll take your mug. If you want my dish, I'll take your mug. It's okay.
Okay,
Dane is the President Pro Tem. This is amazing.
yep, so Jen, at this point, we just need to elect the President Pro Temp, and then we can take it from there. Thank you.
All right, I am now accepting nominations from the 9 for a President Pro Temp to accept nominations for the President. May I have my first nomination, please?
I nominate Dr. Anderson.
Are there any other nominations at this time?
Ron Skolsky.
Are there any other nominations? No other nominations? I close nominations and I'm going to do a roll call vote. If you would please state either Anderson or Sokolsky when I call your name. We will do an alphabetical roll call, just so the new board members know whenever we do a roll call vote, the alphabetical order rotates. So if you're at the top of the vote, the next time we do a roll call, you'll be at the bottom and it rotates through alphabetically. All right, Mr. Adams. Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Arndt.
Dr. Anderson?
Mr. Caligiuri.
Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Chudderwitz.
Ron Skolsky.
Dr. Richardson.
Dr. Anderson.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Ron Skolsky.
Mrs. Stepnick.
Dr. Anderson.
Mr. Strachey.
Dr. Anderson.
With a roll call vote of 2 for Sokolsky and 7 for Anderson, Dr. Anderson is now the President Pro Temp, if you would like to continue with the remainder of the agenda.
Perfect. Okay. Do we need you to do anything else? No.
We'll be moving straight into nominations for President.
Perfect.
Yeah, at that point, I think we did 1 through 4.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. We're good. Okay. All right, I will now open the floor to nominations for the office of Vice President. No, Office of President? We have it under
Correct.
new President,
It-
for the
right-
Office of President.
Correct. Right now, you were elected as President Pro Temp, and
No,
now
I
we
got
would
it.
do, oh, sorry.
It just said, the script says new president, but then underneath it, it says
Vice President.
Vice President, so just making sure, okay. Open the floor to nominations for the office of President.
I nominate Dr. Anderson for President of the school board.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, and if there is no objection, I declare the nominations closed. This is funny, it's not in order. All right, we will vote by voice roll call, with each member stating the nominee of their choice as the secretary calls the roll. The secretary will record how each member has voted. Does everyone understand the procedure?
Yep.
So when I call your name, we can do a yes, no vote since there is only one nomination. When I call your name, please either yes to confirm Dr. Anderson or no if you do not wish to vote for Dr. Anderson. Dr. Anderson.
Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Arendt.
Dr. Anderson.
Mr. Caligari.
It's an honor to say Dr. Anderson.
Ms. Chudowitz.
No.
Dr. Richardson.
Yes.
Mr. Sokolsky.
No.
Mrs. Stepnick.
Yes.
Mr. Stropkai.
Yes.
Mr. Adams.
Yes.
With a vote of 7 in the affirmative for Dr. Anderson, I now say the motion passes for Dr. Anderson to be the new president and
Thank you.
continue with the meeting and the agenda.
Thank you very much. I want to make sure, did we need to, because we went out of order, I went after the Judge Zuko part, there was a paragraph just to say we were electing president and vice president to preside over the board for a one-year term. Policy 9, or number 005 states that the election of an officer requires the winning candidate to receive a majority of all the votes cast by those present and voting. So we had 9 members present and did that. Just want to make sure that we say all of that correctly. Now, I'll open up the floor to nominations for the office of vice president.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Adams.
Are there any further nominations? Seeing none, if there's no objection, I declare the nominations closed. As we did before, we'll vote by voice roll call, with each member stating the nominee of their choice as the secretary calls the roll. The secretary will record how each member has voted. Does everyone understand the procedure? Mrs. Macro.
Seeing as we have one nomination, if you would just say yes to confirm that you would like Mr. Adams to be vice president, or no if you would not like Mr. Adams to be vice president. Ms. Arendt.
Yes.
Mr. Caligari.
Absolutely.
Ms. Chudowitz.
No.
Dr. Richardson.
Yes.
Mr. Sokolsky.
No.
Mrs. Stepnick.
Yes.
Mr. Stropkai.
Yes.
Mr. Adams.
Yes.
Dr. Anderson.
Yes.
With a vote of 7 confirming Mr. Adams as vice president, the motion passes for Mr. Adams as vice president.
Perfect. I'd be remiss if I didn't take a moment to extend a few welcomes and thank yous. First and foremost, I'd like to take this moment to thank Mr. Devine and Mr. Caligari for their leadership over the last year. The work that both of you have done leading this board has not gone unnoticed, so thank you to you and to Mr. Devine at a distance. This year not only marks a change in leadership, but the addition of 3 new board members, as well as the re-election of 2 existing board members. Mrs. Stepnick and Mr. Caligari, welcome back. I'm glad to see other veteran faces on the board and look forward to continuing the work that we've been doing together for the last 4 years. Ms. Arendt, Dr. Richardson, and Mr. Stropkai, on behalf of the board, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the team. For public awareness, this new board met a couple of weeks ago for several hours on a Saturday morning to introduce and orient the new members to process, procedure, and to the administrative team. It was a wonderful time that laid a great foundation for the teamwork that should continue in the coming months. Secondly, I want to thank all of you as fellow board members for your support for Mr. Adams and for me as president and vice president. We realize that this comes with a certain level of trust in our leadership, and we will do our best to serve you well in these roles. If my 6-year tenure on this board has taught me nothing else, it is that there is always work to be done, always improvements to be made, and always excellence to be sought after. It is my hope and prayer that we can serve the students of Plum Borough with great humility as we work together as a board. Our leadership is one of wisdom, guidance, and service to others, and not to self. We are tasked to lead responsibly, to act ethically, to plan thoughtfully, to evaluate continuously, to communicate clearly, to advocate earnestly, and to govern effectively. None of which includes the word I or puts a focus on self-promotion of ideas or actions. As a reminder, serving as a board member includes regular attendance and participation in executive session and discussion meetings, regular attendance and voting in executive session and action meetings, and regular attendance at any other meetings called by the board, special voting meetings, budget workshops, orientations, retreats, etc. Unlike these mandated duties, being asked by board leadership to serve as a lead board liaison is an additional responsibility that may be requested by board leadership of some board members. Serving as a board liaison is not a requirement to serve as a board member, nor is it a responsibility that is mandated to be given to all board members. It is a way to best serve the community by using the gifts and talents of individual board members to assist in the service of the district. It is our hope to set up a structure that best uses board members' gifts and talents to promote process-driven results with integrity, strategic leadership, and efficiency. In the coming week, Dr. Walsh, Mr. Adams, and myself will be thoughtfully considering board liaison positions. If you would like to share a particular request, please send an email to the three of us. We will also be setting up the seating structure for the board as we move forward. These will both be communicated to you via email before the next meeting. We appreciate your patience as we work through these details and are extremely excited to do good work together. Thank you. We now welcome citizens' comments.
If there's anybody in the audience that would like to make a comment at this time, please step to the podium. We ask that you state your name, your residency within Plum, and we will provide 5 minutes for you to speak. This is a time for you to share your concerns, suggestions, comments with the board rather than a time for discussion and question and answer with the board. Whenever you're finished, we ask that you just step over to the corner of the table here to write your name so I spell it properly in the minutes. Whenever you're ready, you can step to the podium.
And don't forget your address.
Good evening. Amy Wetmore, former board member, 834 Unity Center Road here in Plum. First, I just want to congratulate all of the new and reappointed board members and wish you guys the best of luck. But the real reason I came up here is I would be remiss if I didn't remind everyone that tonight is history making here in Plum. We have the first person of color elected to an office on the school board here in Plum, and the first woman of color elected to an office, period. So I am proud to see Dr. Richardson there, and I'm gonna keep my eye on you and all of you, so do good work and make good trouble. Thank you.
Are there any other comments at this time? Dr. Anderson, I turn it back to you.
Okay, the upcoming meetings for the month of December are as follows. Just a discussion, budget workshop, and action meetings happening Tuesday, December 19th, 2023 at 7 p.m. right here in the library. I'd now like to call the reorganization meeting adjourned. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion is passed and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
That's okay. It's okay.
I thought it was on with the red.
A little different over here, right?
Green.
Oh, now I'm in this. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a little different
Yeah.
view over here, right?
It is. It's way different, huh?
It'll be fun. We have to get a picture or something,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's right. Mr. Rickman.
Welcome back. Congratulations. I appreciate it. So you've been this
These guys, they're so proud of you. Congratulations. What's up, Ava? Thank you. Thank you. You're fine. Don't forget to sign the book.
Yeah, it's a lot, yeah, and like right now, it just looks. One group photo. Brian wants a photo. What? Brian wants a photo.
Oh,
five.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Up there, three balls in the back.
Yeah, you know.
How about I get,
Yeah. 6:30. They're now both pouting because they both got yelled at, so.
You go this way, you want her?
He doesn't want to present that way. Put your glasses off. So they all have to say that.
I didn't see him in the wall.
I know, but this.
Oh my God, I'm good.
I got
Congratulations, everybody.
was racial